I'm on my way to a soul sister's son's wedding. And what came up for me today that I wanted to share with you is how friendships change throughout your life and how it's okay to have girlfriends, but what I really hope that you have is a core amount of soul sisters as well. Welcome to Body of Truth. I'm Rebecca Windsor. Body of Truth was born after years of denying my intuition. It didn't go with my lifestyle. It was really inconvenient, so I suppressed it. I took all my strength and just didn't listen to what I really had to say, even when it was a strong pulling at my coattails feeling. And then my life quite suddenly had upheaval. My 25-year marriage ended with a phone call. My son shortly after went off to college. And those two roles of wife and mother is what I had built my whole life around. So basically for a year, I was a sleepwalking, just a shell. A shell. I was empty. And so, in that place of emptiness, with me finally not fighting so hard to listen to that voice, I allowed it to start to speak. And I begrudgingly started to listen. And it came with a lot of wisdom and a lot of grief and a lot of listening to what I had been denying for a long time. And the most important lesson that I took from that time of rebuilding and recuperation was that as I knew I needed to make some really fundamental changes about the way that I lived my life and the lies I've been living for so long that are so built into our psyche, I realized that in order to enact these changes, and this was a kind of an automatic thing for me, and then I really started to make it formalized, like more like a technique, was I needed to bring these changes up and through my physical body. Just like going to the gym and perfecting a move, doing them again and again and again, tied in with your body, with the decision-making process, so that these decisions become an actual physical muscle memory in your body. Now you've changed the topography of your brain, and now you'll find that in that work, your outsides match your insides. So your outer world starts to pretty effortlessly mirror your inner world. This is not an easy process, but it is certainly a worthwhile one. And what I hope to do here is offer you a place of departure to perhaps listen to your inner voice or start an inquiry. So friendships change, right? Our childhood friendships very often are either who our parents are friends with, who we grew up with, or who's geographically close to us, right? And then you discover that as you become your own person, you either are like them or you really had nothing in common except that you grew up around the corner from each other. And then you kind of start to find your people as you get into adolescence. You find people that have the same kind of weird or are interested in the same things. Or, if you're someone that's on a sports team, you're going to start to make those types of friendships. I was a musician, so like the musical kids, obviously we had that in common to start with. And as you get older, obviously then you shift into the importance of, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, those romantic relationships. And I'm not saying that importance stops, but sometimes in that age, your same-sex friendships get put on hold, or even your not same-sex friendships, but your friendships get put on hold, and you invest yourself fully. Sometimes you drown and lose yourself in those initial romantic relationships. I think that's important. I think it's a step that most of us go through. And then as you get a little older, and certainly after the demise of my marriage, it's not just, and then I found girls to go out with and have so much fun, and girls' night, and that was such a new thing for me. I really enjoyed that. But after that, I found that my soul was very hungry for a kind of connection and communication that I wasn't getting. And so slowly, listen, I have friends that are my soul sister that I brought along with me through this whole journey. And they have been my backbone, but it's almost like they're such a given in my life. They're not a re-emerging relationship or an emerging relationship. They are a given. And there is like just no other half kind of thing. Soulmate kind of thing. And I don't take that for granted either. I am hers, she is mine, like that's the way it is. But as we get older, we hunger for people that value the same things as us. And what I really feel like, I've made a video before about how I feel like the universe has sped up the tempo of the people that are supposed to find each other. And for me, it's allowed me where if I find someone and I think that we've got that friendship spark, I will go after them. I am pretty aggressive about being like, I think we're supposed to talk. I think we're supposed to share. I think we're supposed to be together. And that's part of what this channel is about, is to build a tribe of women that want to share, that want more, that want to seek inside themselves and want to tell the truth about themselves and discover where you've been lying. So I am off to really someone that is a newer friend, but when your soul recognizes another soul, and they are able to hold that space for you, the preciousness of that relationship really deserves just as much attention as your romantic relationships. And again, I think as we get older, both men and women, those kind of relationships that have stood the test of time or just have that kind of intensity if you've met them later in life, they become so meaningful. Because all you really have around you are the people that you love. And sometimes your family, I'm very fortunate. Like, I really enjoy genuinely being around my family, but that's not the case for everyone. One of my favorite lines from, I think it's Jonathan Livingston Seagull, is that rarely do members of the same family grow up under the same roof. You may find your family isn't blood, or you may find your extended soul family isn't necessarily related to you. That does not make them any more precious to you. So today, here is my charge. Pick someone that you think is extremely important to you and tell them. Send them a text, a very simple text, that you are so happy to have them in your life, that their relationship has been formative or supportive or whatever it is for you. Because those messages, first of all, they're a gift for you and for the other person, but they're things that we don't say enough, or we say them in times of real strife and struggle and turmoil. And if you make that part of your daily practice to pick someone out of your life to just be grateful for and thank for them, their appearance in your life, however it is, I know the other person gets something out of it, but so do you. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, you can join me here every day because I upload every day, and I am off to hopefully ache by the end of the night from dancing. I'll see you tomorrow.